Hi there, I'm Miss Carol. I am a math teacher at iSucceed, and I have put together this quick video to introduce myself and to get you familiar with the course and all of the resources that I have available to you in order to help you be most successful in your math class this quarter. Okay, so we're going to jump right in with my contact information. Again, my name is Miss Carol. My first name is Virginia, but I go by Ginny. Um, you're welcome to call me any of those, Ms. Carol, Ginny, Virginia. Just be sure you're in contact with me. The next thing here is my email. And email is probably the most consistent way to get in touch with me. This is my school Gmail address, gcarol@isucceedvhs.net. And when you contact me, I do need you to use your school Gmail address as well. And, if you're a parent contacting me, obviously that's different. But as a student contacting me, I really need you to use your Gmail address. And the reason for that is that when you use your Gmail address and when you're opening your Gmail, you have access to a number of other really cool and really helpful resources. One of those is our school website. So there's a lot of things that are only available to you when your Gmail is open. But I'd like to show you a couple other things. This is my school Gmail, and you can see over on the right hand side here, I have all my contacts in here. And if you are in your school Gmail, you'll be one of my contacts. And in addition to communicating via email, which is very asynchronous, meaning that it doesn't happen at the same time, if we happen to be online at the same time and we're not tied up with other things, we can use this chat box. And so if we wanted to go back and forth, you could perhaps say to me, hello, I need help with lesson 2 and Algebra 1A or Algebra 2A, whatever you happen to be in, and I will know exactly who you are from this chat box because you're in here as one of my contacts, and we'll be able to go back and forth. The other thing we can do from here is jump right into a video call if we need to, and I'll show you a little bit more about that in a moment. But I just really want to push this. I want to encourage you to utilize your Gmail. If you are emailing, it's a great way to keep track of a conversation. If we happen to go into a chat conversation, that's there forever as well, so you can refer back to that, and it's instantaneous. So please, please utilize that as much as possible. Okay. Let's go back here. Another way to contact me is by phone or text. My phone number is 208-315-2026. I'm not always immediately available, but I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as possible, whether it's phone or text. The one thing I ask with this is to please be courteous and phone or text during business hours, which would be, your Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, and then realize that it might take me just a bit to get back to you, but I will do my very best. Another source of information for you is your course announcements. That is where I post things each week, and sometimes more often, to let you know what's going on in the course and what to be expecting that week. Maybe some general school information will show up in your course announcements. So please check that regularly. Students can comment on course announcements, but it's not the most effective way of reaching me. So keep that in mind. The next thing I have here is really cool. It's called the Math 1-on-1 Help Form. And if you're needing help on a specific type of problem or a specific assignment, and you haven't reached me via Gmail, and really if it's just a specific type of assignment or a specific assignment, this is how I'd like you to ask for help. You go into your course, and there's a link for this form, so you do not need to copy this down, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to you right now. This is the Math 1-on-1 Help request, and again, it'll be in your course announcements, and it's also in your courses, so you don't have to have this link. What I'll need you to do is give me your school Gmail address, your name, a number where I can either reach you via phone or via text, the course that you're in, so this is a drop-down box that you can choose from, And then this is where it becomes really useful. You can tell me the days and times that you are available, and I can match that up with my schedule and maybe some other students who are needing the help on the same thing, and I can schedule mutually beneficial time for us to meet. So this has worked really, really well in the past. The other thing that I'll need is the lesson that you're on, in addition to the course that you're in, and any other information that you think is pertinent to me assisting you with what you're struggling with in class. So once you fill that out, I get a notification. I look at all the information, I match up our schedules, and then I will send you an invitation to meet me in a Google Hangout at a scheduled time. So this is that video call that I was referring to that we can access via Gmail, but I can also send you links to those for help sessions. And these are a really cool tool. So in these, we can chat by typing, we can just talk, we can talk with our camera on, whatever works best for you. But then the really neat thing, and I'm going to have to do it a little bit differently for this recording, is that I can pull up your assignment or exactly where you are in the course, and then I have little tools that I can write on the screen so you can see me do actual math problems on the screen, and we can work through things together. So for example, if I were going to do this particular problem, and maybe it's a little bit hard to see, so we're going to pop it out here, and this problem is 4 times 9 plus 6 is 3. So I know I need to multiply first. So I'm going to say 4 times 9 is 36, and then I'm going to add 6 and divide by a -3. So I have 42 is 36 plus 6 divided by -3 is a -14. So if you happen to be in my Algebra 1A course, I just gave you the first answer. If you are not in my Algebra 1A course, please do not use that as the first answer. All right, so let's pop back over here, and that is the Google Hangout, and it's a really, really great tool. I think you'll like it. Students from last quarter who utilized it got a lot out of it. Okay, so moving on, that was kind of the nuts and bolts of reaching me. When you do send me an email or send me a text, things I need to know. First and last name. I might have more than one student with your same first name, so I need to know your last name in order to look you up and see where you are. The course in question, again, just more information that helps me help you quickly. And then the lesson and assignment that you're on. So if you're Gmailing versus filling out that help request, or if you're sending me a text versus filling out the help request, I need this information. And sometimes I might just send you a link for the help request and ask you to do it that way, just because that is a tool that helps me schedule. Whenever we are corresponding, let's use proper netiquette. And if you're not sure what that is, please go ahead and Google it. I will put some information about netiquette in course announcements, but know that it's things like not using all capital letters, because that sounds like screaming, and just being kind and appropriate, because we can't really convey tone in a text or an email. So maybe you need to use emoticons or another form of communication. Okay, so moving on. Quick little bit about me. This is my 10th year with iSucceed. It's also iSucceed's 10th year in operation. We have a really great school. I work with amazing teachers. We have incredible students, and I want to just encourage you that you are at iSucceed at the prime time. We are hitting our stride. Our students have more resources available to them than ever before. So I really feel like this is going to be our best year yet. Prior to becoming an educator, I was a chemical engineer. I received my Bachelor's of Science from Colorado School of Mines. And then when I decided I wanted to become a teacher, I went to George Fox University to get my Master of Arts in Teaching. I have never regretted either decision. So I loved being an engineer, and I also loved the opportunity to help future engineers and scientists and writers and whatever you may desire to become. I love helping to teach math. Last year, I went and obtained my online educator endorsement through BSU. It was a couple of classes, but they were very challenging, and I'm really glad that I did it because I think it added a lot to my toolbox as an online educator. All right. I live actually in Montana. I'm one of your few out-of-state teachers. I used to live in Idaho and moved back to Montana, my hometown of Red Lodge, about 8.5 years ago. So my family and I are happy to be home. We miss a lot about Idaho, but this is home for us. All right, and my family includes my husband, Jeff, my 2 daughters, Reese and Sylvia, and our cat, Cinder, and our dog, Roxy. So that's them. Things I like to do. We are in Red Lodge because of the ski area. My husband works for the ski area, so we're definitely a skiing family. But in the other months, we mountain bike, we run, we hike. I love a good book. I really enjoy new technology, which is why online teaching works out for me. And I love a good cup of coffee. You'll usually see me with a good cup of coffee if you come to an online session. All right. And I always forget to put this in here and mention it, but I think it's really important for those of us who are spending a lot of time online to cultivate a social network of friends that we actually see in person. So I do go out of my way to do all these things on here with the people I consider my good friends. We vacationed this year in Idaho, in your lovely state. We went back to the places we lived, which were Boise and McCall, spent a few days in each, and we had just a really great time. We were in a beautiful, beautiful place. I am a very goal-oriented person. So the couple goals that I had up here last year that I achieved were obtaining my online educator endorsement and presenting at an online educator conference. So I did both of those, and I did some other things too, but these were the specific ones that I had put forth in my introduction last year. Another one that was on my introduction last year that I didn't achieve yet is a marathon, and it's a hard goal. And I am confident that I'm going to get there, but I just haven't done it yet, so it's still on there. One that I've added for this year is I need to remodel a bathroom in our house, and I've just been dragging my feet on it, so I'm putting it out there as a goal, that's something that I want to achieve. And as I'm such a goal-oriented person, I really encourage that in my students. So if you have a goal that you've been working on or would like to work on, I'd love to hear it. Okay. And along the lines of goals and of math and of achieving things in school, I would like you to keep this in your mind. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. And that's from Albert Einstein. And to me, that says, I might not get it the first time, and I might not get it the 5th time, but one of those times I am going to understand this material and it's going to stick with me because I stuck with it. So these are hard courses, but if you get through them, you will become a good math student. So the next steps, please be sure that you've gone through the orientation course. We've revamped it this year, and if you finished it in previous years, please take another look at it. It's always available to you, so if you have questions about the structure of iSucceed, please go and look in orientation. I think it would answer a lot of your questions. Start your coursework. Just do it. You've only got 9 weeks, and in that 9 weeks, because we have 30 lessons, that means you need to do about 3.5 lessons every week in order to finish in that 9 weeks. And then depending on how many other courses you have, you may need to do between 8 and 14 lessons per week in order to get through all of your courses in our quarter. If you don't know how many lessons you need to do every week, please contact your advisor as soon as possible, figure it out, and then get started. Last but not least, if you have questions, seek help. It's going to make my life easier and your life easier if you ask questions sooner rather than later. So on that note, I'm going to leave you with my contact information again, and I am looking forward to a really great quarter with each and every one of you. Thank you.